Um, well, I mean, just from this weekend, the energy in the crowd last night. I mean, that'll be something that will be just forever burned into all of our memories. The way the stadium was packed, 6,300 something people, but it was the loudest, most into it. Even Coach Leggett said, he remembers there had been times where there were maybe that many people there, but that was, he said, the most into it the crowd had ever been, and it felt like it too. Just the way they were with the music and just the way they were engaged. So just want to first thank all the fans, all the Clemson faithful that came out by the thousands to support us. It's an incredible run. Feels like driving 100 miles an hour, and then all of a sudden we just slammed on the brakes. But as I told the team after the game, we set out to add as much value to an already storied program, and we accomplished that. We added value to the history and the tradition of this great program. Page 126 in the Clemson baseball history book will be one that will be referenced for all time. I told them that forever and ever, their legacy is that they achieved one of the greatest turnarounds in the history of Clemson baseball, to see the tale of two seasons. And their legacy is that forever and ever, every time a Clemson baseball team hits a rough patch, has some adversity, goes through a skid, they're going to hear about Team 126. They're going to hear about Jackson Lindley and Riley Bertram and Caden Grice and Cooper Engel and Ryan Ammons and, everyone on this team, Cam Canarella, Willie Taylor, everybody that truly made this year special. And it was that's what all the championships I've been a part of, it's the people that always make it special. So I'm really excited to know, as much as it stings today, obviously it probably looked exactly like it was. It looked like we were emotionally drained. And that's, I'd say, that was be accurate. The guys wasn't a lack of effort. There's just, not much in the tank, and I thought we'd dig down and dig deep. But so as much as that stings, not knowing we played well today, big picture, knowing that this team will be coming back, be celebrated, get their rings. They'll always be ACC champions. They will always have that. And teams that win together stay together. We talk about that, and these guys will have a lot to come back and celebrate and have reunions. And even though it sucks right now, there's so many positive things that these guys did to just return Clemson baseball to a level that was competitive, that we feel like we should be at. Did we reach our ultimate goal? No. Omaha is still the standard of this program, always has been, always will be, so we fell short. We ended up ACC champions in the process. We're not satisfied with bowing out in a regional. I get it. It's been too long. And we will, once we finish our exit meetings tomorrow, our staff will quickly turn all of our energy to Team 127 and making sure that we can get this program back to Omaha and not fall short. But right now, I just feel a deep appreciation and gratitude for our captains, Jackson Lindley and Riley Bertram, plus Ryan Ammons, Blake Wright, and the entire team, all the members of 126, our staff, our coaches, our managers, all of you that were along for the ride all year, Clemson fans, our administration, everybody, for all the support and just the way these guys turned it around. And they wouldn't have turned it around without a belief system. And for most people, they had to wait to see it to believe that Clemson baseball was back, but these guys believed it first, and then we saw it. So, be forever grateful to them, and very proud to know that they will be champions for the rest of their life.
All right, questions? We'll start back here in the camera area.
Riley, you can see the emotion that this is tough to make the choice to come here to build something with Bakich and his staff, and to fall in love so quick with Clemson. What do you walk away with from this experience and these people?
Yeah, it was an honor to be here, to see what Clemson's all about, and the two big things for me was playing with some really elite players. Caden Grice, Cooper Ingle, Billy Amick, Cam Canarella. Can't say enough about that kid. They're going to do special things. And then the friendships I met here. Jackson Lindley, Ryan Ammons, the list goes on there. But, that's what it's really about. And my circle got bigger, and I couldn't be more excited that I came here and met new guys like that.
Let's go on the right side here in the middle.
Coach Sherber, CUTigers.com. Obviously, you missed Canarell's bat and Phillips today. The high throw to first wound up proving to be a winning run. I know Bryce played center earlier this season. Did you go back and forth at all about leaving him at first, moving some other players around?
We did, yeah. We stayed up half the night drawing, depth charts and but does Caden catch the ball? Stretch maybe, but I don't know. I don't know if that factored in or not, but we wouldn't be champions without Cam Canarella and his competitive fire, and he's as competitive as it gets, and I love that about him, and that's what makes him great. So, I appreciate him for who he is, and I forgot. Riley mentioned Billy. I forgot to mention Billy, but we wouldn't be champions without Billy Amick. He was a huge storyline in that turnaround, and he's like superhuman the way he's just been on a tear. So I wouldn't throw any blame his way at all for the high throw, but you certainly see that the offense felt out of sorts today, and I don't know if it was because Cam wasn't in there, if it was just we were just emotionally drained, and but it's this time of year, you just got to try to find that adrenaline rush and find that next gear and go for it. We just fell short today.
Let's go to the left side here.
Hey, Coach, it's David with CUTigers.com. Ty Olenchuk came off the bench to pitch today, pitched well, but he also hit, drove in a run, had a base hit late. Is he the next two-way player? Could you see him more in a hitting role next year?
Yeah, he could be a two-way guy. He's been taking BP with us for a couple of months now, and with the position player core, and we felt like the decision not to start Ethan Darden, Tennessee, felt like the matchup was to throw left-handers against them, and you either win the regional or you don't. And whether we went 1-2 or 2-2 or 3-2, we just didn't want to have the in-2 next to it, and so that was the decision to not start him. But we had all kinds of stuff on the board, just trying to figure out what to do, and we just felt like we needed to hit our way through this first game and just get guys that could leave the yard and try to put up crooked numbers. And Ty, along with Caden and Billy, hits the ball as hard and as far as everyone, and he routinely hits them over the cages. So we were hoping he'd run into one. It's a gamble. Guys had one at bat last night, but if you saw his at bat last night, he just missed it. The trajectory of the ball looked right, and he took some absolute thunder hacks in there, and so we thought, maybe he'll run into one. So that was really just the thought process. But it didn't work out today. But yeah, to answer your question, yeah, Ty could be a two-way next year for sure.
Let's go back to the camera area.
Eric, how do you balance these woulda, coulda, shoulda moments with, you have to say goodbye to guys. You have to send some of these guys off to that next phase of their life. What today, how do you grapple with just all of those feelings?
Yeah, these are the anytime you're not the last team standing, you're going to have these scars that don't heal, and those go back a long time, because you just look at what could you have done, what should we have done, and everybody's going to want a Monday morning quarterback the certain decisions. Should have thrown this guy, should have taken him out, should have left him in, should have bunted, should have swung away, whatever. But you know, you just got to live with it and move on. And you know, that's where the resiliency of the players is special, because they have a short memory and they can put it behind them quickly. And you know, I think as coaches, we'll probably go through that game last night thinking what could we have done different to come out on top. But you know, it's just, all of it is just you know, another repetition that calluses the mind and makes you better. And you know, this program will be better for it, even though it sucks right now because it's an opportunity missed. But yeah, I mean, it's real easy to play the woulda, coulda, shoulda game, and that's, you know, Riley's heard me say this for a lot of years. Only the losing team says woulda, coulda, shoulda, right? And so it just didn't happen. And we're not going to make excuses for it. We just didn't get it done. But as coaches, I think that's where we'll beat ourselves up a little bit for every little decision.
On the right side.
Coach Trevor, go to CUTigers.com. I'm just curious, that strike him out, throw him out in the fifth where you got the interference call, was that a design cutoff where he was supposed to catch it and get the runner at the third?
No, that we screwed that play up. We were supposed to throw to third base. So, but hey, worked out in our favor. So I thought we caught a very lucky break there, because that was a first and third defensive play that we just threw it to the wrong spot. But yeah, fortunately the left-handed hitter was walking back to his dugout and got in the way. And you know, credit to the umpire for calling it and seeing it, because that would have been a run scored. So that was a lucky break. We definitely caught a break there.
Let's go to the left side.
David of CUTigers.com. Jackson, the hometown guy. Can you put into words what this has meant for you in this kind of last season here, and you know, being able to be a part of these last few games here in Doug Kingsmore?
Yeah, it's been nothing but, you know, one of the best things I've been a part of, especially not having the chance to play regional here in the past couple of years, seeing stuff like that, atmosphere last night, and playing with these guys, just something I'll never forget. I mean, I had 30-plus people ask me for tickets this weekend, and knowing that I had, you know, a good support group, you know, behind this whole team was really cool. And it's been special being here. I mean, it's been a while, but I wouldn't trade it for anything.
In your mind, Coach Bellinger and Coach Bakich and Schnabel, great foundation laid here, in your opinion?
This program's going to be, it's going to turn into a dynasty here soon. These coaches know what they're doing. They provide us with the right tools and mindset, and I'm excited to see what, you know, the future Clemson Tiger team holds.
Any further